Good morning. It's Mrs. B on my day 19 of the 30-day carnivore challenge. As I told you yesterday, I haven't decided, or I won't decide until the last day, whether I'm going to continue and try to do a 90-day, turn this into a 90-day challenge. Um, like I've said also in the last video, I don't know if I want to make this a lifestyle or go back to more of I think they call it a ketovore, or even keto, go back to keto as a lifestyle. It's not a diet, but a lifestyle. Uh, I, I understand a lot of people think the carnivore is really good for your health and everything, and that it would be good to continue and always just be carnivore. And I will be looking into that, but I also am still having a few not struggles, and it's not even cravings, it's just wanting different things than just meat and cheese and eggs. But the video that I put a link to yesterday into my description of that carnivore doctor really gives me hope, and I'm going to try implementing some of the things that she showed into this process, and I'm kind of excited about it. I guess it's okay. it kind of I kind of remind myself of someone just starting college and can't decide. You know, they jump from one major to another, but or field of study. But excuse me, I haven't been up long. I'm still not quite awake. Haven't had my full coffee, which, you know, that's something else. I'm still drinking black coffee, and I haven't quite gotten used to it. I've always drank black coffee until probably the last 3 years or so, and then I started putting creamer in it, and I got, I guess, addicted to that. I don't know. It just tastes so good when you get used to it, and I loved the black coffee before, but it hurt my stomach. It has not. It has not bothered my stomach one bit. Same brand of coffee and everything, and it just doesn't bother me now. So that's good, and I think that has to do with the way I'm eating, and so that's that. What else? I'm still feeling really good. Other than like right now, it's not that I'm sleepy. It's just that I haven't been awake long, but I haven't been up long. I've got a busy day. I have a wedding dress coming in for fitting. Yeah, I have a lot to do. But I wanted to get on here real quick and tell you that things are still going good. I was good yesterday, and I plan on being good today. I had a lot of butter. I'm just seeing that the key to staying satiated, not needing any, not wanting a snack or whatever, is the butter. And I would never have thought I would eat at least a probably from 3/4 to a full stick of butter a day. It just sounds crazy to me. It just sounds crazy. And I not continuously, but I regularly go to a cardiologist. And so I will see blood work. I think my next appointment's in June. I'm not sure, but that'll give me plenty of time to find out what it does to my blood work. Now, I've seen some people that their cholesterol goes like crazy high, but their triglycerides are really good. and everything else is good, and that's what they, in those videos, they're paying more attention to. So I'll just have to wait and see, and I don't know how my doctor will react if my cholesterol goes crazy, you know. And I have a big family history of heart problems. Out of 6 of us, my parents and my 4 siblings, I am the only one that has not had a heart attack. My father ended up having a heart transplant and lived 10 years after the transplant. That's when they were still pretty new, so he lived pretty good. In fact, at the time, that was a real good amount. 10 years, making 10 years. And then my mother, after my father passed away, about 5 years later, she passed away. Never had heart problems, but she did pass away. She had a heart attack, and that was a big mess in the hospital. That was a big mess. But anyway, so she passed away of heart problems / doctor mistakes. Oh, terrible. And then my oldest brother had heart problems, but my youngest brother, he had heart problems at a young age and had a triple bypass, quadruple bypass, I don't remember. And he's still living. And then my sister had a heart attack and ended up with bypass surgery, and within a year she ended up with cancer, and she ended up dying of cancer. And then my oldest brother that I mentioned had heart problems. He was there with us with my sister. Anyway, he ended up dying of a massive heart attack. And then my sister died the next day of cancer. So the family history is really bad with heart. And that's another reason I want to get in good health. And I've not outlived my mom, but I outlived my father and my brother and my sister. They were, my dad was 65, I believe, and my mother was 69. My brother that passed was 51, and my sister was 48. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was 48. She was pretty young. And all of that was heart. So I still have my brother that the next to the oldest child, my youngest brother. He had the bypass when he was young. He's had several stents put in since, but he is as healthy as a horse. I mean, he had gained a lot of weight, and he lost a lot of weight through the carnivore diet, and he's always sending me recipes and stuff. He's really good. I'm so thankful that I have him, because we're fairly close. We don't talk that often. I mean, maybe once a month if we're lucky, but he's awesome. I just love his support. And I'm not sure where. Oh, and then of course I have the autoimmune disease that my youngest daughter passed away of when she was 34. When she had it, we didn't know I had it. We only found out I had it a few years ago, and she's been gone. This year will be 13 years, and I've only known about having the same disease for about 5 years, I think. So that's my main reason for doing this diet, is for health, and the other is to lose weight. I need to lose so much weight, but more than that, I want to be healthy. When I couldn't walk because of the my back problems, which are a lot better, just I still have my bad times, but it's a lot better than it was. And when I couldn't walk, and then when I got a little better where I was using a cane, I don't want to be like that. I want to, before I get that bad, I want to take care of myself. So I also, I went to physical therapy for a little bit. I'm getting off on a tangent. I am sorry. I don't mean to do that. Back to the carnivore way of life. I am going to continue, at least we know for sure, until day 30, which isn't that far away. If this is 19, did I say, or did I say 18? This is day 19, so I only have 11 days left. And yes, I had a hiccup, but I think I got that one figured out. Some of those things that carnivore doctor did to have ready if you're struggling like that. If water doesn't work, I think the salt idea, she said put a little salt on your tongue, that will help with those cravings, or those temptations or weaknesses, whatever. So I'm going to try that, and if that doesn't work, I'll have some of those other things sitting around that I can, if I have to have what you call a snack. But y'all know I have problems with this hair. Dr. Ken D. Berry says don't snack if you're doing the fasting. And I do the 23-hour fasting, so there definitely would be no snacks in there. However, if it got desperate, like, I should have been in more control that day, but if I get like that, I should have some of that other stuff. It was pizza. It was a supreme pizza. Well, I love pepperoni pizza, and she has, she showed having those little pepperoni and cheese things, and if I had that, it wouldn't take just a minute to fix it, and that would have satisfied that need or that want for the pizza. So I plan on getting some of that stuff fixed up. I'm not going to have a lot sitting around because I don't want it to be a temptation in my fasting. And once again, I haven't even started on my water yet, and I refill my bottles. I need to drink four of these a day, and I'm only getting one. One day I got 2 of them, but I normally just get one, so I may be having problems, and I don't feel any problems, but I think I might end up with problems with electrolytes and dehydration, so I got to take care of that. Please, please, please give me your experience. If you've done this, give me your thoughts on it. One man told me how it was against, what did he say, the laws of life to eat meat, and that he said keto caused, what did he say, caused disease, and he also said that meat doesn't heal. We're just going to have a difference of opinion, and I'm trying this for myself. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I've learned. But with all the people that are doing this and having success with it, I can't imagine that it's really that bad. And people talk about this is what the way they ate millions of years ago. Well, for one thing, I don't believe in that. Millions of years ago, give me 7,000 years ago, and I'll take it. But, and if that bothers someone, I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible, and that's just it. That's where it is. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, I know. I think it depends on where the person was in the beginning. You know what was natural that people ate. I think it depended on where they lived, on what they ate. And fruit wasn't available everywhere. Vegetables weren't available everywhere. Meat wasn't available everywhere. You ate what you could. If you go back that far, I think that's you just ate what you had, you know. So I don't think it was only meat or only vegetables or only fruit. I just don't believe that way. It just doesn't make sense to me unless they were in such a plush place, which some places could have been, but not all. I live in the Texas Panhandle. There is nothing here. Nothing. I mean, we are flat land, few trees, vegetation. I mean, it's prairie. It's fish. If you found a river or a lake, where I live, there's one river, but I think it's kind of dried up, and it's called the Canadian River. And I don't think there's any water in it right now, or it hasn't been for a few years. Used to, it was wonderful, but it hasn't had water in it in a long time. And we have a little lake not far from here. It's very small, but it dries up all the time. It dries up all the time. And then farther away, there's a big lake. There's a big dam and stuff, but I think it's getting low on water, just like most of them are. And then there's a lake up by where my aunt lives. It's always been a real pretty little lake, but it's very small. But I do think it's spring fed. It has a small creek going into it, so that's good. But we just don't have, where I live, we don't have a lot of water. We don't have a lot of vegetation. It's just prairie. So you go farther south, quite a bit farther south, and it starts getting green and lots of trees and rolling hills. You know, it's different from where we live. And then if you go east into Oklahoma from where I'm at, it's amazing. It's flat like this for a ways, but then it starts getting really pretty and green and rolling hills. In fact, it's been funny. People come over here from a place like that, and they're like, oh, this is, depending on the time of the year, it's like, oh, this is brown. We came from a plush green place, and now we're here and it's brown. Most of the time, it can be. If you don't have water in the Texas Panhandle, it's going to be kind of dead and brown, the landscape. If we get a little bit of rain, oh my goodness, the green just comes back so pretty. So anyway, as far as what they ate years and years ago, it just depended on where they lived. It just did, in my opinion. Anyway, I ramble all the time. If y'all have any questions for me, give them to me. Ask me. I'll share anything about the diet. I'll probably share about anything else. Anything. I'm pretty open, and I'm not saying I'm very knowledgeable. I'm not, but I'll give you my opinion. So I'm going to let you go. Hey, if you haven't looked at Mrs. B and Auntie's reaction videos, go do that. And that's probably where you came from if you found me, because I'm definitely not a normal carnivore channel. I mean, I don't teach anything. I just am sharing my experience. And except for that one day, it's been absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I don't regret it at all. So, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.